Hello, this is Jacqueline with Creative Paper Crafting with Jackie, and I am having some internet problems, so I do not know if it's working or not. I'm not sure. I'm really hoping it is working. If you are on, if you could just say hello so that I know. Otherwise, I'll just get going and hope that people can connect. I am doing, hello Helen. Oh good, I see that one person's on. I'm doing Hannah Lynn Art and Design. This is Birthday Girl that I'm doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hi Nancy, how are you? I hope I'm on the right page. That I'm on my Creative Paper Crafting page. I think Sharon's on. Anyway, I will get started right now. So this is Birthday Girl by Hannah Lynn, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. I cannot connect with my other device, so it's going to be difficult to read your comments. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm just going to put this over the image just a little bit, and we'll get started. I'm going to do her face first. So I'm going to use my E000, which I refilled the other day. And since I refilled it, it appears darker to me. I used this E000, but yet my marker appears darker to me. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has had that problem or not. But I'm having that problem. Alright, so I'm just going to do her face. She's quite a beautiful image, I think. I love her eyes. And Hannah Lynn has, she has coloring pages and digi-stamps. She has some beautiful, beautiful images. And it's fantasy art is the category. So you can buy it on Amazon. So if you're interested, you can get it on Amazon. So I started with the E00, and I'm going to go in with E11, and I'm just going to do her little face first, and then we'll do her hair, and I'm doing her a little differently than I've done in the past, because I'm going to do her kind of monochromatic in pinks. So, oh, I finally connected so I can read your comments. Thank goodness, because I was feeling a little bit lost. So I'm just doing her face first. I'm going around and I'm doing little flicks because you don't really want a harsh line. But I am extending her cheeks out a little bit because you do want some dimension. So that was my E11. And I'm going to take my E01, which is a pink flamingo. And I'm just pulling the color down and pulling it up. But I'm kind of leaving the center of her face a little wider. And so I'm going back. Now I'm going to take my R30, and it's not perfect. When we do her hair, it comes out. She comes out much, comes together. Let's put it that way. And I do have her kind of at an angle, trying to, hopefully, so that my hands aren't in your way. So... Hi, Sandra. Sandra, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I got this beautiful card right here from Sandra. Isn't that beautiful that she created? Isn't that lovely? See, she has the butterflies stamped, and then she kind of made it 3D-ish. Isn't that beautiful? And beautiful paper. Thank you so much, Sandra. And see, this is the paper I selected tonight, and that's how I kind of picked my colors. So thank you so much. Such a nice surprise. I just so appreciate it so much. You just don't know how much. I was having kind of a bad day, and I sat down on my chair, and I thought, oh, I feel a little defeated. And I spied a box, and it was from Sandra with this beautiful card and some beautiful, beautiful paper. So I was like, oh my gosh, turned my whole day around, and thank you. See, angels come in all forms. We just never know when it's going to happen. So there we go. And I'm just, now, see with her, I put her blush a little bit higher than I normally do, up near her, closer to her eyes. That's what I was trying to say. And I'm going to use RV04 for her lips. RZ04 for her little lips. See, because I want them to show up. See, like that. And then I'm actually going to use this kind of gently for her eyes. Lots of angels in the crafting world. Ever so true. There are lots of angels in the crafting world, which is really nice. It is very nice how supportive people generally are in the crafting world. I mean, sometimes, you know, it's like anything else you do. Sometimes things happen, but generally lots of angels. So I took my R20 over my RV04, and see, I'm just doing her eyeshadow like that, because I want her to be very pink. And then I'm going to take my E000, and I'm just going to go back over her face a little bit, down the middle, kind of down the middle. There we go. But I want her face to be pink, very pink and very prominent. I think she's so pretty. And then I'm going to, I was a little, actually when I first saw her, I thought, ooh, I don't know, can I do this image? I don't know. Can I do her justice? Because I think her eyes are so pretty and her face is just so detailed. So I was a little bit worried, and I did practice the other day, and I thought, yeah, I think I can do her. I think I can. So, hi Maria Larson, how are you? Long time no see. Long time no read. There we go. So there's her face, and let's do her eyes. And I'm doing her eyes in blue. And I'm going ahead and using my Copics to do her eyes. So I'm using B16 and B12. And so what I'm going to do is start in the corner up here, and just do a little bit in the corner. See, it's a little darker, just a smidge, not very much at all, just a little smidgen. So, and then I'm going to take the lighter color, which is my B12, and I am going to pull that color through. Sometimes I use my pencils when I do the eyes, but tonight I decided just to go ahead and use my Copics here. So there we go. So we're making her eyes intense. I wanted her eyes to be intense, was what I was trying to do, and I think they are. And so then I'm taking a Sharpie, just a little Sharpie, to do her pupils, just right here, right in here. There we go. Just to do her pupils. See, and that really makes her eyes stand out. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and do her other bits of skin while we have the markers out. I hope you guys can hear me, because I am having to use my very old phone. I cannot get my newer phone to do landscape. I don't know. Even one of my students tried to help me. You know, they're more iPhone savvy, and we could not get it to do the landscape. I don't know. It's just really odd. But my really old phone, which is a 5, will do landscape. And my newer phone isn't like the newest model. It's like an 8. But I can't get it to do landscape. But I think the volume on this one is not as good. So I hope you can hear me. Phone is this is my student that says phone is okay now. No, it's not okay now, because this is a different phone. This is my old phone. So it is not my newer phone. I wish it was, because it has a better camera. But that's my husband calling people to dinner. You guys probably heard him. So I'm just going in and kind of doing the shadow. And I'm going to go underneath her chin and a little bit above her bodice. And we'll probably go back and forth with this a little bit. So is everybody having a good Thursday? I always wonder where everybody is from. Call Apple support. You know, I don't know if I can call Apple support because it's really not, you know, I just kind of like bought it outright from my phone company is Consumer Cellular. It's really a cheap way to go, and it works really well. So I don't know if I can call Apple support. I'll try. That's a good idea, Fatima. I don't know why I didn't think about doing that. We don't have an Apple store here, but I could try that. E11. I'll try that because I really want it to work. That's why I bought it. Oh, you can hear me loud and clear? Good. Good, 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 good. All right. So I'm using my E01, and I'm just kind of pulling this through a little bit. Just kind of pulling it through. And then we'll do her outfit. And this one needs a little bit of a refill too, I think. And I'm going to take my E11. I'm going to go again right here on the side. You know, the more layers you put, the more intense your colors. So I'm just kind of going back over that again. And over here on her shoulder. And then down by her bodice. Around her bodice a little bit. Around underneath her chin. So where is everybody from? I'm from Indiana. This is Southern Indiana that I am living in, and my student who is on as well, Southern Indiana. Anybody else from Indiana, or where are you guys from? I always love to know who's tuning in and where people are from. Okay, I'm going to use RV09, RV04. So I have my markers all beside me, but I got to pull them out. So I want my RV04, which seems to have escaped and gone somewhere. Here it is, RV04, and then I want my RV02. And what did I, let me pick up my ink. RV02 is what I'm looking for. There we go. So here we go. And see, these are Chow's, and these are the original sketch, or sketch, not the original, but sketch. And these are Chow. And the ink is the same in them, they just hold different amounts. So if you're wondering what the difference is, really no difference. And this is the original. And see, they're kind of a squarish. And they also have a wider one too. So if you ever wondered what the differences are, there's no difference in the ink. It's just the size of the barrel is different. And they all work really the same way. So I'm going to take my lighter color, my RV02. We're going to do her hair in pink tonight. So here we go. So I use my lighter color to just kind of map out where I'm going to put her darker colors. So that is what I'm doing. And it gives a little bit of a foundation for the ink. Okay, so, we have people from Pennsylvania, North Carolina. Robin's from North Carolina. What part of North Carolina? I used to live in Raleigh, North Carolina. It was beautiful when I lived there. I'm sure it's still beautiful. I went to Shaw University in North Carolina. And I was in the ROTC. I was the first sergeant. Philadelphia, California. Huh. Yes, Marielle Larson lives in heaven. Dawn's in Maryland. Kathy's in Illinois. See, we're from all over. And Scotland. Gail is in Florida. Gail said that her friend can't do landscape on her phone anymore either. It's so weird. It's a terrible thing not to be able to do it. Now, I can do it on my webcam, but with my webcam, I can't zoom in and zoom out. And so, you know, it has a great picture, but it doesn't quite do what I want it to do. All right, so I'm using RV04, and this is my medium tone. And look, I won this. I won this wonderful little stand from Stamping with Gail Sue, and I love it. I love it. I think it's called a topsy-turvy. I just love it. And I've been using it, and I hadn't had a chance to show that I've been using it, and I love it. It holds your glue up, you know, so the glue comes out nicely. Isn't that cool? And I never win anything, so I was like, oh my gosh. How cool is that? I try. I constantly try. I buy lottery tickets every once in a while. So I try. It just doesn't happen. Alright, so that's my medium. And now we're going to go in with our RV09. You know, I've lived in Illinois. I lived in North Carolina. I'm trying to see if western near Asheville. Asheville's beautiful. You know, I've lived in 36 states, so I've lived in a lot of places that people that watch have lived. So people kind of tease me because I've lived in so many places. I went to 22 schools from from kindergarten to first grade. Not first grade, kindergarten to 12th grade. I went to 22 schools. So, you know, I've gotten around a bit. I'm a brat. I used to say I'm a brat, you know, because that is a term. If you've grown up in the military, you're a brat. And during an interview, someone told me that gave a bad connotation and I should quit saying it. And I was like, I'm not going to quit saying it because I am a brat. I am a very proud military brat. We are very proud of who we are. So I'm not going to quit saying it. I loved growing up in the military. So this is my RV04. And now I'm going to go with my lighter color. Hello, Tanya. Tanya, where? It's called a tipsy. Oh, okay. A tipsy. Not a topsy-turvy. A tipsy. Oh, it's just so cool. I just love it. Thank you so much for picking me to win. It was a random generator, but I won. So glad you called me. I was so tempted to say, no, don't pick me, because I'm sure that, you know, somebody else would want to win. And I was like, I couldn't decide. But 3 people won that night, so it's not like I was the only one. I always feel guilty for winning, which I really don't win very often, so I feel torn. Okay, so we're going in with the lighter color, which is our RV02. And I'm just doing flicks and just trying to give her some highlights. So I'm going to go back in again. Oh, let's go a little bit over here. And we'll kind of go back in the hair, because as we color, we'll see strands that I don't see right now. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to go back in with the medium, which is my RV04. So Tanya, hi. Mia Carilla, oh, Puerto Rico. Oh, I hope you're okay, because my gosh, you guys have had a time with your earthquakes there. It's just awful. We have a friend that all of us that do lives that lives in Puerto Rico, and oh my gosh, we worry about her a lot. So I hope you are safe and things are a little bit better. I hope that you have a lot less earthquakes this coming year. Awful. And I'm just going in with my lighter color again. Oh, I think my hand is kind of in the way. I was trying to slant the phone a little bit so my hand is not in the way. There we go. I'm using my, normally I use Sweet Sentiment paper because it's just my favorite, but I'm out. And so I'm using the Copic Express, and it colors a little bit different. You kind of get used to one kind of paper and then you switch. All right, so there's her hair, and we've got some highlights and some low lights. I'm going to take my very darkest color and I'm going to hold it very low, like this. Hold it very low and just do a couple of thin strands, just to kind of give it a little bit more interest, but very, very gently. So I'm trying to, you hold it down close so you can have a little bit more control and just do some thin hair strands. So that's what I'm trying to do. And there we go. So I'm just trying to be very thin about it. Thin lines like that. See, just trying to, there we go. A lot of people color these beautiful images with their pencils. Okay, so now we're going to do her shoes. I'm actually going to do her shoes in the same color we've done her hair. And that kind of coordinates her together. So I'm going to use my RV09, and I'm going to take this down here where her shoe is at, and I'm doing her sole. So I'm just first doing her sole. And I'm going here and back in here a little bit, and then I'm going to go around the back of her shoe, a little bit over the top, and I'm trying to do little flicks, and back here, and then back here on her strap, and a little bit back there. And then I'm going to take the medium color, which is our RV04, and I am taking both ends off, and that keeps your markers, the pressure a little bit even, because sometimes for me these particular colors will do a big blob of ink, and that kind of helps keep it level and stop that from happening so much. You know, nothing worse than having a big blob of ink when you're in the middle of coloring. Can you tell me what image you're coloring, please? It is Birthday Girl by Hannah Lynn Art and Design, and she has a Facebook page, Hannah Lynn Art and Design. She has a Facebook page. She has a web page called Hannah Lynn Art, and be sure to put that Lynn in, because if you just put Hannah Art in, an entertainer comes up that you might not be so interested in. So do not, you don't want to do that. I hope I have not just lost you guys, because it just went off on my phone. So I'm trying to get back on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I hope I didn't just lose everybody. Oh goodness. I'll have to look and see. I'm going to stand up for 1 minute and see. Oh, it says it's still live. It says it's still live. I don't know. Just, you know, I have a New Wave. I don't know if you guys, what companies you have, and they just reduced our amount of data we can get, and up the prices. And ever since they've done this, I'm not having very good service. I'm gonna have to call them tomorrow. So I'm hoping everybody is not kicked off. So I'm gonna do the little heart here. So this is Hannah Lynn, and she has books on Amazon. She has coloring books on Amazon. She is really has a big following. I mean, I think they're just beautiful images. Okay, so now I'm going to do her socks, and so I'm going to do those in a pink. So I'm going to use my RV23, RV21, and an RV11. That's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to do her socks next. And I hope I haven't lost you, because I've lost people on my, I've lost the live on my phone, so I don't know. I don't know. I'll try to get it to come back on. So I'm just doing the sides, coming down here where I want it to be a little bit rounded, right in here with her socks. So I'm coming down the sides, there we go. Then I'm going to take, this was RV23, so I'm going to take my RV21, and I'm going to go right here and just kind of pull it a little bit more. And we're going to do this a couple of times. And the colors are very almost the same. Not a lot of difference in this color. And so then I'm going to take my RV11, and I'm going to go back the sides again, and I'm going to go down in here where her sock is to try to get it to be a little bit darker, like that. And then I'm going to go across. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are still on or not. I'm going to go across with my RV21, and I'm just going to go gently across, see, like that, okay. And then I'm going to go in with my RV14, and I'm just going in where there's kind of creases are at, and right underneath, kind of down the side. And we're going to go over this again. We're going to pull the color out, and I'm going to go right in here where her sock is, and then where her creases are. And you know, kind of take your time when you're coloring. You don't have to get in a hurry. It's relaxing. It's good for you. Good for your soul to do something you love. And then I'm going to take the RV23, and the more layers you put on, you know, the more depth your images have. And Copics are lovely because you can just kind of go back and forth over your images as many times as you want. If you make a mistake, color over it again. So I'm going to take my RV11 now and just kind of gently go across. See? There we go, because we wanted to have a bit of a highlight. There we go. And now I'm going to take my RV21, let me see where it's at. Actually R83, and I'm gonna do her little ruffle right in here. And I'm gonna use this ruffle, this color, on her ruffle up above too. So there we go. Just think she's so pretty. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys are still on. I don't know. My phone is really acting weird, so I don't know. I'm gonna stand up because then I can see. Oh, you're still here. I don't know. I can't connect with my other phone very well. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I'm not gonna worry. I'm just gonna keep coloring. Now let's do her skirt down here. That's what I want to do next. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to show you how I do my pleats. Now her pleats aren't really real thick. You know, like, I mean, not thick, but far apart. Her pleats are not real far apart. But I'm going to show you how I do them. And if you have a dress that where they're a little bit further apart, you can get a really good effect. But on here, it'll be a little bit more gentle. But that's okay. Not a big deal. So I'm going to take my darker color. So I'm going to take RV13. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go down here where I want it to be darker. See, I'm just doing her pleats. See, like that, like so. So that was my RV13, and I'm going to take my RV10, and I'm going to go beside. See, just beside it. So I'm going dark and lighter, dark and lighter. So I'm just going down beside it, and I'm going to do this a couple of times over. So I'm just going to actually set this down, and I'm going to pick my RV13 back up, and I'm going to do here. Now I printed this, I just printed it. It was like 3.5 inches. But after I printed it, I really thought, you know, I should have probably did it in draft, because see, the lines are really heavy. So it depends what kind of effect you want. If you do it in draft, you're going to have not quite as heavy line. So you might want to do it in draft. But I had already printed it, so I just went with it. So there we go. So I do dark, medium, dark, medium. I just kind of go back and forth. And now I'm going to take my pink. I'm going to take my R20, and I'm just going to go across my skirt like this. So I just go across like that, just gently go across. And then you can go back over it again if you want. So I'm going to go back over it a little bit. So I'm going to take my R13, go over it just a little bit more. See, I'm building up my layers. That's what I'm trying to do. And with pleats, if you do dark, medium, you can give it the effect that you want of folds. So that was my R13. And then I'm going to go beside it, right in here. See, and you're just building up your layers, is what you're doing. There we go. And as we build, you're going to see it'll look fine. All right, and so I'm going to take my, that's not the one I want. Let me find it. Let's see. I'm going to take my R85, and I'm just going to go in here where her pleats, where her fringe is at. And I'm just doing her fringe. And I'm just kind of coloring it. Kind of a little bit swirly. There we go. Gosh, I wish I could see your comments, because I really feel funny when I can't read comments. All right, so this is R85, and I am going to take, I'm going to go in with my RV14, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of dimension right in here, kind of right where, see where it's kind of got the U, upside down U? Just kind of go in there and add a little bit. And a little bit towards the end here, and bring that down. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in. And I don't normally do kind of a monochromatic look. But I just, I don't know, wanted to try something different. All right, so now let's do her bodice. And so I'm going to take my, let's see, my RV04. I'm going to take RV04, and I'm going to take my RV02. So I'm just going to kind of do two colors right here. So I'm going to go in. This is kind of heart-shaped. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to do her little, like the edges, and a little bit on her lace, a little bit up here, so just little touches. Oh, there's some big laughter going on. I don't know if you can hear that or not. So RV02, now RV02. I think it's my teenager. He's laughing at something. I don't know. Maybe he's laughing at me. So I'm just going to pull this out. So I'm going to pull this down. And right over there. See? That gives us a little bit, just a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to marry my colors together a little bit. So I'm going to touch the ends. And I'm going to kind of bring it together. Bring the colors, blend them down a little bit, like that. There we go. And then over here. And you can mix it's just like mixing paint. You can mix your paint, your alcohol inks together and create additional colors that way. Even if you have all the markers there are, which I don't have all of them, some people do. Even if you have them all, you could still mix them together and kind of come up with other combinations. That's okay. So I'm just going in. I want her to have kind of a rounded look. I don't want her to look flat. So that's what I'm doing. I'm really bad about putting the wrong lids on, so I'm trying to make sure I don't. So here we go. See? And just kind of pull this out. And you want to leave some highlight. So there we go. Gives her a little bit of highlight. Now this, I think, I wasn't 100% sure. See, I've got to go back in here a little bit with her hair. But I think this is like a pack for your arrows, I think. I'm not sure. What do you guys think that is? I was hoping I could see what you guys think it is. Let's see I'm going to look up here. Hi, Christine. How are you? Thank you, Christine. You know what, Christine? You are such a good supporter. I loved the image that Dawn did today. It was so cute. That was so cute. That's a nice... Christine Young has Paper Nest Dolls, and she has a new release out. And it's just beautiful. Just beautiful. So I love how all the images, they're all different from each other. They're all beautiful, and it seems to me like everybody supports each other, and I love that. So a big shout out to Dawn G Designs and what she did today. And this is RV02. So I'm just going to go in and see, this is a pinker color. So I'm coming down with this because I am going to go in, make it a little bit darker on the side, but I want to differentiate it from her hair. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm using RV21 and come in here on the side. And then I'm going to take my RV04 because see, her hair comes down. That's why I said earlier that you're going to notice some strands as you're coloring, and this way you can kind of see them as you're coloring. So there we go. See, like there's a strand here and right in there. So as I color, I always see places that I miss. So like right there. And it's okay. Go back into your image as many times as you need to. It's your image. Don't feel like, there's no Copic police. That's what I always say all the time. No Copic police. Do how you feel best doing your images. Okay, so now I want to do her hat. And I am going to use VO5. Yeah, that's right, VO5. I always think of shampoo when I say this. So VO5 and RV09. So I'm going to come in here like this. and come down the side and a little bit over here. And then I'm going to take this, and so her hat's a little bit different color than the rest of the image. Pull this out. So like this, like that. All right. And pull this down. And now let me go back in again with the RV09 because I want it to be shaded. There we go. A little bit like that. Yep. See her hair? There we go. So you keep seeing places with the hair. Then I'm going to pull this out again. There we go. But I want it to have some shading on one side and more light on the other. All right, so we're going to attempt these balloons. Okay? And what I did earlier when I was just kind of playing is I took my lighter color. Let me find it. It's actually R20. It was my R20. And I went in here like this. And see, I went around like that. So I imagined that my line, that my balloon, see, that you could see my balloon. So that was my R20. And so I'm going to take my R30. Let me find it. My R30. I have all my markers out right here in front of me, but for whatever reason, I still seem to struggle finding them. And they're laid nice and neat. Oh, here it is. R30. Okay. So I'm going to go around the top like this. Because your balloons are typically darker on the top, right, than they are top and bottom than they are anywhere else. So then I'm going to take my RV10 and I'm going to go across like this. And I'm going to kind of pull this, and I'm working R10s and RVs kind of together. That's okay. That's fine. So now I'm going to take these two, kind of marry them together to kind of blend the color. And I want a little bit of white there. That's fine. There we go. And, oops. Like I said, I'm notorious for putting the wrong lids on. We'll make sure I get them right. Now let's do the other balloon. So on the other balloon, let's do this. I'm going to take my R21 and my R11. So I'm just going to go up here like this and down here on the bottom. I'm doing this a couple times. So I did 2 or 3 times. Now I'm going to take my R11 and like this. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going across. So you want your top and your bottom darker. Okay? Top and bottom darker. And then I'm going to go back in again with my, and I saw your message, Fatima. I will do that. I will do that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take my R20 and I'm going back around one more time because, see, I want to try to make it look like you can see the balloon. See this balloon underneath that balloon. It's subtle because I'm using pinks. It's very subtle. Now, if you did it in like greens and pinks and different colors, you're going to see that more than what we're seeing it here. But that is how. See, if you look, this one is coming around and you can kind of see it through. That is how you make your balloons and things look translucent. But I'm using a monochromatic here, so it's not going to show up a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this one. And this one's got polka dots. And so I'm just doing this one RV13. I'm going to take my RV11 and I'm just going to pull it around. See? Like that. I apologize. I think you guys can probably hear the water upstairs. I think my husband is doing the dishes. He doesn't realize how loud it is. I'm right underneath the pipes. Oh my. So fun. So fun. And I'm going to go back again. I'll have to tell them next time, don't do dishes while I'm doing a live. Of course, I want them to do dishes, right? So I'm taking my RV09. See, because there's some strands that we want these strands colored. See, right in there. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Now I'm going to show you, I have a little bit of a line out. So I take my gel pen, if I can find one that's working, and you can see it bled out just a little bit. So you can see how it covered it up. It's easy to cover things up. Now, I'm going to take this R32, and I'm just going to go back in here. See, she has an arrow right back in there. See, she's kind of got, like she's a huntress. There we go. So now I'm going to take my V09. I'm going to come down right here. And she's got this star, so I'm just wanting to color the star. Doing it a little bit darker so that way you can see it. And then I'm going to take my V05 and do the center. I'm going to do the center and kind of do these edges. There we go. Okay. See, she's coming along. I think she's coming along. I love her face. All right, so let's do the, and this is how I color. I just kind of go back and forth with my colors. I have them here off to the side. And I'm going to take my R23 and my R21, and I'm going to do this sucker right here. So I'm just going to kind of go in like this. And pull this around. There we go. Now, yeah, I think Fatima, she was telling me that her phone was working. So it's weird that some people's phones work. And like I said, one of my phones is working, and I looked at all my settings, and, you know, I can't figure out what is different. Just bizarre. So now I have my RV04. I'm going to do these hearts right here. Little fluorescent looking. And I'm doing, this is like the paper from the gift. Just want to accentuate it a little bit. And this little tag here. And right in here. I'm just trying to tie some of the colors together. So then I'm going to take my RV21 and just kind of go down. There we go. And then over here. There we go. And the more layers you put, the richer your colors look. So I do like to go over it at least 2 times. But sometimes you have small areas and you might not want to. So I'm going to go back in here to my flower. I'm going to just peek up here. Peek up here. Oh. None of us can afford a recording studio, for sure. I would love a beautiful recording studio. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, so I'm going to take my RV09. It would be nice to have a really nice setup. And I have the webcam, which was highly recommended, but you can't zoom in with it. And so that wasn't, didn't work out too well. I mean, it's okay, and it's great for when I'm doing my videos to upload them and stuff, but it's not so great for my lives. And I really wanted something more for my lives. So RV09 and V05. But yeah, I'd love a studio. So I'm going in the middle, and I'm just kind of pulling this up and pulling this over like this. See? And then I'm going to take my RV09 again, and then a little bit more on the side like this. And oh, I can hear Kyra crying. And then I'm going to go again with my RV23 and just kind of go across. So there we go. And then I'm just going to try to blend that in a little bit. There we go. So I'm coming down, and then I'm pulling up. So there we go. There we go. Now, if you notice, there's a little box down here on the floor. So I'm going to take my RV13, or no, RV14. Just kind of go in here. And I'm also going to do this one over here in that same color. And then I'm going to take my purplish color right here and see. Actually, I think that's a card. See, it's an envelope. She's standing on an envelope. So I'm just giving it a touch of VO5. Then I'm going to go back around a little bit right here. And you kind of, now look at your image and decide, oh, you know, I want to add a little bit of color right in here. You can go back in. See, there's a balloon back in there. So you can go back in. You don't have to just stop. Take a look at your image and see what you should do more. All right, so there she is. I think she's so pretty. I'm going to take my sparkly pen and go over her lace a little bit. Make sure it's coming out. There we go. I don't know why. Oop. Maybe I have a little too much. You can never have too much sparkle, but I have a little bit too much, but that's okay. I don't know why. I love when there's lace to add the sparkle. I don't know. I just think it makes it look kind of pretty. I know that's silly, isn't it? There we go. Right there. Okay, so now she's going to kind of dry as we put the card together. And I'm just going to peek at my, peek and see what anybody's saying. So we're going to put her together. Look at that sparkle. Oh my gosh, I love that. All right, so I'm going to just scrunch my screen so that we can put her together. Okay, and this, see, I think you can see that because I did put a lot. Isn't that pretty? She is just a beautiful image. All right, so this is the paper I use, and it is a 6x6 card. So I did make a mat, and I made, cut my paper, see, 1/8 of an inch less all the way around. And because I have this nice little device here, I'm going to stand up and do this. Bling and sparkle makes me smile. Me too. Me too. We're actually going to put a little sequence on this too. So this is art glitter glue. I love this stuff. Look at this, how cool this paper is. It has the squares, so it was easier to cut. I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm just putting my mat down. And then we're going to put this on the card like that. So I'm just putting my art glitter glue. You can only get this during the warm months, so if you want to try it, they'll start selling it again. I'd say probably in about 6 weeks, because of the cold, they don't like to. It makes it it doesn't travel well. All right, so this is 4 by 4, and this is 1/8 of an inch bigger. So I'm gonna do like this. And I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I don't know how. I made a mistake. See, I was going to put a hole in this paper before. Let's see if we can fix that. If I can lift it. Yeah, I think I can lift it and then glue it back down. So I'm going to take my crocodile like this. Like that. I'm just going to put this in here. Yeah, I had made a mistake. I'm so sorry. I meant to do this before I put my paper on, and I made a mistake. See? Now you can see how people fix things in real life. All right. So now let's put the glue back down again. And if you were sending this to somebody, they'd be not the wiser that you made a mistake. Now we'll do this one. Like this. And then this paper was coordinating so pretty. I just love it. This Hannah Lynn is coming out with a new coloring book of Whimsy Girls from her travels. So that'll be so cool, I think. I can't wait to see them. Now see how your Copics, they do bleed through. That is actually what you want. You want them to bleed through. That way they're not bleeding out on your images. Oh, and I'm gonna kind of backtrack for a minute. This is Colorista. This is actually what I started with when I very first started coloring. And I'm just gonna kind of ground her a little bit. So I'm just gonna ground her a little bit. But I was going to, I kind of didn't do this. I'm gonna go in. I just kind of wanted to color around her a little bit. And with this Colorista, it soaks in and it becomes rather light. Right now it might look a little heavy, but it becomes rather light. So I'm just going around her. And this will fade a bit. So just going around her just to kind of make her stand out a little bit. It's not something I do all the time. Just, I wanted to on this image. And I'm using my Colorista because I don't want to use my good Copic ink because it's so expensive. So I'm just going around, and then we're almost done. Like that. Just kind of. And then what I'm going to, and you'll see it gets lighter. As it dries, it gets lighter. So then I take, one more thing, I take my colorless blender, and then, see, I'm just taking the heavy end, and I'm going to pull this out. And this will help it blend into the white paper. As it dries, it really lightens up. So right now, it looks a little heavy, but as it dries, it'll lighten up. So I'm just going in. And I see a spot that I've kind of missed right over in here. Yep, right here. I love these Coloristas. This is what I started with, and I love them. I've had these for years, and they still have, I've only got one that doesn't have any ink in it. And it was because I always did this on the background, and it's ran out, and they're not refillable. Okay, so I think you can already see it's starting to lighten up. This, you know, a blender pen is more of an eraser, like a bleach, more like a bleach. So there we go. And then I want to ground her a little bit more, you know, because where she's standing, she has some shadow. There we go. All right, so then this is our card. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. One more thing I said I was going to do, and then it's our card. So I'm going to take this quick stick, and we're going to put some, yep, that's my dog. So I'm going to put some of the sequin. So we're just going to kind of put it around. So here we go. I'm just going to pick it up and put it around. Just gives it a nice little, I don't know, just makes it look pretty. So here we go. And right here, bought this a long time ago, but it has this funny end. It keeps, I don't know what you call that, like, I don't know, it doesn't stay nice. Maybe I need to buy another one. And one, oh, two more. I don't know how many I put on here because I just put the glue all around. I know you're supposed to do odd numbers, so I don't know. I didn't know if I did it right or not. There we go. Now we're finished. And see, isn't she pretty? Her eyes are just, I think her eyes are stunning. And I like her all in different pinks. I just think that's a nice little look. A nice look. All right, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this and that you will watch me again. I do lives on Sunday at 3 and Thursdays at 7. And I hope you join me again because I love doing the lives, and I am so blessed with the images I get to work on. I just think she's so, so beautiful. I could see her, you know, regular hair, brown hair, blonde hair, all different ways. But I just think she's so pretty. I think it's a nice, fun card. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. And, oh, see you guys later. And thanks for all the love. How nice. Very, 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 very nice. And I hope you love these images. Talk to you later.